Hey, what's going on, guys, ladies and gentlemen? How's everybody doing today? I'm sorry, I'm a little out of breath. My dog just came in the room and she loves to play tug of war. And we just had like a massive tug of war session for like a half hour. She's a baby. I got a baby Roddy. And boy, I'll tell you, they're strong. They're strong, even at being a puppy. She's just she's going to be a year coming up. But boy, they're strong. They could give you a run for your money, man. They can give you a run for your money. So I was going over, I'm looking through the videos and everything, and who do I see? My good buddy Boston Blade Reviews. I miss him, man. I don't really get to see too many of his videos. He does a lot of shorts and stuff like that, but we haven't been, I haven't been talking to him that much. You know, he's busy working, and he's got a very busy life as far as his job goes and all that other stuff. So, you know, when I could catch him, it's fantastic. So he put out an open tag this morning, which even made it better. And the open tag was just fantastic because the ringer went off in my head, and it was what is your most carried work knife? What is your go-to most carried work knife? And boy, that just resonated with me, man, big time. And it gave me the opportunity. It gave me the opportunity to show some of my favorite, not just the knives that I have up here, but the brand in itself. Now, I don't know how many times I've discussed this or talked about this or went down this path with you guys. About my feelings on cold steel knives. I'm going to get into the video in a minute, guys, about why the cold steel knives are hands down my favorite work knives, and I'll give you demonstrations on, even though these are lockbacks, they are open and close. They could be open and closed with one hand with ease, with a little bit of work. I have certain things I do with these knives when I get them, little techniques that they just break in like butter. I don't want to get off topic though, but this gave me the opportunity to express my feelings towards cold steel knives. I have a very, very fond love for cold steel knives. And I love cold steel knives. I know, when was it? As a matter of fact, it was Boston's last, when they had me on their live stream last time I was on. They were asking me questions that I just couldn't answer because I couldn't think, you know, at the time when you're doing a how do I say it? When you're being interviewed, sometimes it could be a bit intimidating, and you're thinking so many things. And for the most part, I couldn't really answer a lot of the questions because I just couldn't. It's hard sometimes. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is cold steel knives, even before Boston put this video tag out, cold steel knives, just to let you know, are some of my favorite knives to buy, collect. I don't really call them collecting, but I just love a good cold steel knife. Nothing like it, you know what I mean? Now, we're not, this is coming, we're not going to be talking about no traditional knives here at all on this session. We're talking about straight up hardcore work knives, right? So without further ado, let's just get started. Now, I pulled out 3, just boom. There were many that I could have chose from. Any one of my cold steels would have fit the bill, but I just simply went in there and I picked out 3 of the first ones I seen. I plucked them right out of there, out of my drawer, and that's where I'm at. Because it could get a little crazy at times trying to decide which one should I do, which one did I pick, which one. It makes your mind go crazy, man. I know it does for me. But I simply just picked out 3 random cold steel knives. And that's just what it is, man. Anyway, if you're curious about my finger, yeah, it's still, the tip is numb. It's a pretty bad slice, man, but it's doing better, I guess. Let's get started. This is the Cold Steel 4 Max. And when I tell you, this thing is affordable. It is very, very affordable. And what you get here in this package is just mind-blowing for the money. I think that everybody should experience one of these. I think that everybody should have one of these in their collection or kit, however you want to say it. This is a badass knife. There's nothing more to be said about it. And as far as a work knife goes, you want something that's going to get it done, that's going to get down to the nitty gritty and really dig deep and get your project done? Well, here you go. This is what you want right here. Fits ergonomically in the hand beautifully. You may think that this piece is big, right? Yeah, it's a big knife. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a big knife. This knife has been toted around with me many times in vehicles, on trips. I'm telling you first and foremost, stick this in your pocket, right? Stick it in your pocket and carry it around, and you will quickly forget about this being in your pocket. I always stick this in my pocket and I forget it's in my pocket. That, I'm telling you, I got nothing to lie about. You know what I mean? Cold Steel don't pay me a nickel. But when I tell you this thing carries fantastic, it just does. It just does. Now, as far as manipulation, and we're talking work knives, we have our gloves on. We need a knife that's going to open and close with one hand, right? And every single one of my Cold Steels does just that. Very, very simply. I'm going to show you. I don't want to hit nothing around the camera, but now watch this. Here's my lock bar. There's the lock bar release. Now watch this. They are drop shut. Look at that now. I'm going to move some of these knives away so I don't hit any of these here. But now you can watch. When you open it, manipulate it, close it. Boom, that's done. Open and close is like butter. These knives have been broken in and manipulated, and I've done my my special things to them that make them break in, and they just get buttery. I mean, these things are so smooth, I can't really explain it to you. And I just cut myself again right there, just dropping it. See it? I just nicked it. I just gave myself a good little nick, because you got to keep your finger way up here. You got to keep your finger up there for that thing. See how you want it to drop right there? You got to keep your finger way up there. If you don't, this thing will take your finger off. And that's just what, just almost what happened. It caught me. It nicked me right there. You got to keep that finger way up there when you're releasing that lock bar. Boom. And then it drops perfect. Then it drops perfect right to the finger. But as far as smoothness goes, you're not going to get a smoother knife than these. I'm telling you, because I do certain things with them. So, yes, this is a perfect work knife. If you need to get work done on your job, especially Boston, Blade Reviews. If he's on the truck, man, and if he wants to try, I mean, he might want to try, you know, some of these bigger pieces out. I'm telling you, they're fantastic. They're just great knives. So that's one. Let's move on. So that's the 4 Max. Also, and very, very, very affordable. I forget what these are coming in at, but you'd be surprised. You can see the thickness on that. You could almost rip a house down with this. So if you're talking work knives, this is just the one that's got to be, you know, this is one of your most serious work knives out there. So that's that one there. That's that one there. Now, like I said, I just went in there and picked 3 random ones because I've got a nice collection of these, and I adore my cold steel knives. My cold steel knives are, believe it or not, some of my favorite knives in my collection. I mean, they are up there with my GECs. I mean, if that tells you anything, I mean, that's how much I really like these. But take a look at this one. Now, I got these when Cold Steel, I lucked out. When Cold Steel was doing these in CTS XHP. So I really, really lucked out before they switched over steels. So all of my Cold Steels are mostly in CTS XHP, which it was just timing. But just awesome. That's just an awesome steel, man. Now this guy here is a legend. It's a legend in its own right. This is the American Lawman, and when I tell you that there are very few knives that can compare in strength and durability and just a badass knife. That's why I collect these, because they're just badass. You guys are going to make me break out all my cold steels and do a video on them. I can see this coming now. But they are also ergonomically great in hand. They design these knives for serious stuff, man. And ergonomics were one of them. I mean, if you could see your index finger, your other 3 fingers, I mean, it's like a perfect fit, you know what I mean? You could choke up. Look at that big choke up area here. You can choke up really, really nice. Really nice. The blade is just awesome. I mean, it's a fantastic spear point blade, drop point. And it's just, again, I worked, listen to this lock up. I mean, it snaps locked. I mean, we always use the expression gator lock, gator snap. These things lock up like bank vaults, man. Bank vaults. Now, if you want to feel smoothness, if you want to feel smoothness and you want to talk about that action and all that other stuff, and try out one of these cold steels. I have many tips and tricks that I do to your cold steel when you get it, because when you get your cold steel, it's not going to drop like that. You're going to get a bad impression of it, but if you stick with it and you do a few of these tricks with me, and I can show you how to make these things buttery. You can just throw that blade right down. Watch me throw that blade right into the half. Watch this. I mean, simple. But we're not talking about action right now. We're talking about work knives. And this is another perfect example of it's a fantastic knife. Every single one of these cold steels are awesome work knives. You've got that triad lock there. You are not going to damage this knife no matter what kind of work you put it in, right? So it's the perfect work knives, man. Every last one of cold steel knives, right? So that's the Lawman. Trying to move along here. This is one of my favorites of all time. You could get this in the Tanto point, or you can get this in the spear point. I have both of them. I'm going to show you the spear point. That's the one I just had and grabbed. But this is the Code 4 is one of my favorite knives of all time. Of all time. It's just bad ass. This thing is just nasty. It's just I can't really talk. I don't know what else to say about the Code 4. You want to EDC a knife? You want to take this knife on your work site with you? If you need anything you need to get done, this knife right here is by far probably one of my favorite picks and one of my favorite knives of all time. This is the Code 4. I can't really explain to you. I can't really explain to you how awesome this knife is, but I will touch on this right here. If you want a good knife, you want a good EDC knife, you want almost just a rocking knife, you do want the Code Steel Code 4 in your collection. There is no doubt about that. You can see the slenderness of it. My mother-in-law's here. They're down there talking and screaming, so you're going to have to excuse that if you hear that. They're playing with the dogs and all that other stuff. I'm up here in the room with the door shut. Anyway, look at the slenderness. Look at the slenderness and the build of this thing. This thing is like a beast. It's like a beast, man. And then when you get action like this, look at that. You are going to be a happy camper. Listen to the lockup. Wow, man. It just, I can't explain it. You just listen to that lockup. Listen to that lockup. Boom. Man, it locks up hard. Yeah, them dogs are down there. They're hollering at them dogs. Obviously, it seems like people are getting killed in here. I'm getting very aggravated. Anyway, so that's the good old Code 4. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. I can't explain it. So that's that one. And last but not least, I just recently started talking about this. I did a pocket dump, but you need a good utility blade. If you're going to be on the job and you have any type of boxes to cut, zip ties, you're probably going to be cutting a lot of zip ties. You're going to be cutting cordage, a lot of thick cordage. You're probably going to be cutting, you're going to be doing a lot of cutting if you're on a job. I'm telling you, of any sort, any kind of job, you're going to be doing cutting. You need a good utility blade. You need a good utility blade. I keep a good utility blade on me all the time. Also, I don't know if you guys know this, but you can actually sharpen. You can actually sharpen a razor blade. I sharpen this one, and you can make a razor blade even sharper than what it is. I'm telling you, I found that out from somebody that did a video on this, and it's the truth. You can get a razor blade, a normal razor blade, sharper than when you just buy them out of the box, right? But anyway, this one, again, it's drop shut. One hand, if you got your gloves on, boom, just drops. Just like your folders or your knives, right? No different. You got the pocket clip, you got a lock back right here. It's gonna hold up. The slenderness, right? We go for thinness, right? Carryability. It carries nice, right? So you want to carry a utility blade with you. Nice clip on it, nice pocket clip right here. This one works fine. You might think it's not that deep, but pinchability, it's right there out of your pocket. So you got a nice pinch on it and it comes out of your pocket. So don't think you don't like it because it's not deep carry. Everything does not have to be deep carry. You know what I mean? That to me is just a thing, you know what I mean? One of them things like tip up, tip down. I don't care if it's tip up or tip down. I don't care. It doesn't make no difference to me. I never understood the big thing with tip up and tip down. I just never understood that. Never understood it. I mean, I keep them tip up just because most nowadays they come tip up. But I could care less if my blade is tip up or tip down. That makes no difference to me. I just don't understand the big thing with that. But there you go. That's just an open tag from my good buddy Boston Blade Reviews. Please, by all means, go over and check Boston Blade Reviews out. I love him. He's a busy guy. He's working. I know he does a lot of shorts and stuff, but he doesn't do too many videos. I'm hoping he does more in the future. But I will be on Big J's Knives and Boston's Blade Reviews tonight on their live stream. So look out there for that. And yeah, guys, we got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. Sorry about this video if you heard all that screaming and just madness down there. But anyway, I hope you got something from this. You guys be good, be well, be safe. I'm sure there's things I'm forgetting because my mind's scattered listening to them downstairs. All right, guys, be well. Thanks.